Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Extravagantly Reoccurring Power Half Hour. It is the Thursday edition, smells like Thursday edition, and we are live. Thanks for being here with me. As always, we've got Tyler.
Hello.
Hello, and Lane.
How's it going?
Swell. We're excited to be here with you today. Just a couple of announcements. Next week is a little bit different. Instead of having the Thursday version of the show, we're going to move all versions of Power Half Hour to Tuesday. So Tuesday at 4 o'clock on this very channel, we're going to have the Power Half Hour, and then on Wednesdays we'll still have Bible Talk. So that's the new summer schedule, and it's going to be great. So thanks for being here for the very last Thursday version of this show of the summer. We have a great show planned for you today. In the comment section, if you would like to go ahead and start commenting about what you think is going to win between Xbox Series X, PS5, or PC Nation. We're going to talk about that a little today. We're going to talk about the best movie quote of all time. If you have a favorite movie quote, go ahead and let us know what that is in the comment section. And we're going to open up the hotline. I'm going to post my number in here. And if you would like to call, if you are above 12 years old, you can call into the hotline if you want to, and we will have the interview of truth. And then, of course, Tyler will be talking a little bit about the Word of God. So we're going to start today's show with Show and Tell with Lane. Lane, take it away.
All right. So, man, we got some exciting stuff. I'm going to do an unboxing for y'all. It's going to be fantastic. Let me get this right here. We
I can
have
hardly wait.
the orange box, great value, Fruit Smiles.
Oh
It is
my
awesome.
gosh.
We
Fruit
got-
Smiles.
We
They're
got
not
the
the sour
bar.
Man.
We got the bar.
Are you hating on Welch's?
Nah, I just decided
Yeah,
to shake it
for
up.
sure.
We got the flavor profiles here.
What are the
Um,
flavors?
We got
Wait,
we got the
guess.
new we
Wait.
got the nutrition facts. We've
Uh-huh.
got lemon, we've got grape,
Oh, I wanted to guess.
orange, and strawberry, and I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
do a
say
little
mango and cherry.
I'm gonna do a little tasting for y'all.
All right.
All right, so here's the
I
here's
wish
the
that you
package.
hadn't told us the flavors and you ate them and then told us the flavors.
Yes. So here we go. It's got a little rip tab on it, so you can pull it. This is the yellow version. I'm gonna see what flavor it is.
The yellow version.
I'm,
This is the yellow
Okay,
flavor.
that one is lemon.
That makes sense.
This is orange. Let's see what it is.
I'm going to go ahead and say that tastes like orange.
That one is orange. Yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff. This one is red.
Cherry.
This one This one has
He
a
already
smile
told
on
us
it.
what
I
one it
think
is.
that's why they call them
Like, what
fruit
could it be?
smiles.
Could
This
be
one-
it.
He
This one
already
is
said
strawberry.
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 All right,
Okay.
guys. Thanks for coming to my unboxing. I
Yeah,
hope you
okay,
enjoyed
hold
it.
on. Yeah, whatever. I've got a better unboxing for you. Here we go.
Oh.
I brought a box for myself. You'll never guess what this is.
Shoe
Lane,
box.
go ahead. I'll give you a guess.
I'm
it's-
gonna say a reciprocating saw.
It's a cat
Uh,
that's past its life.
All right. As you can tell, this is the original Nintendo 64 games.
Hey,
included.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I've got Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
That's a great
Pokemon Snap.
classic.
Somewhere
A new
in
version
here,
of
I got
Pokemon
Mario
Snap was
Golf.
just announced. Okay.
What?
I just said a
What'd
new
you say?
version of Pokemon Snap was just announced.
That's really exciting. Little Madden, some Mario Tennis. I've got Mario
Oh.
Party, Super Mario 64.
Did you wear
See-
out your controller spinning the thing around on Mario Party?
Yes.
You remember that? Yeah.
Castaways. We played
Yeah.
that literally a month ago with Brittany and her sister, and her sister
so
got a
fun.
bruise on her hand from playing Castaways.
I used to get
Good times.
blisters on my hand doing that.
Pokemon Stadium.
The question
and
is,
then
where is
Super
GoldenEye?
Smash. I
That's
don't
the
have
real
GoldenEye.
question.
What about
Unfortunately.
Ocarina of Time?
I don't
Yeah.
have that either, unfortunately.
Do you have pod racers?
No, I do not. I've got Rogue Squadron.
Okay, I'll give you credit for that one.
It's not
Classic.
bad, but it's not the same. I did like
That is a good one. I vividly remember getting a Nintendo 64 in like 1997 or something like that, and playing
got,
Mario. And it was the first 3D world game where you could like go inside the world and play. It was awesome.
Here's your original Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh man, great game.
Nice.
Star Fox 64. Some good games in here.
Star Fox is classic.
This is for a Game Boy. It's Pokemon Crystal.
Mm.
Ooh.
So that's my show and tell.
I bet to the right buyer that box is worth like $500.
Oh, for sure. I think I could sell it to Moose for $250.
He'd probably pay more for it, but yeah, that's a fair
And
price.
also, I know that you all want me to do a taste test, which I won't do, just like Lane did. The flavor, there's only one. It's fun.
Fun is my favorite
that was
flavor.
precious. All right, so my show and tell today is one of my fanciest. Oh, you know what? My wife just brought some. Okay, so I'll show you one nerd version and one awesome from my childhood one. This is
Right.
Wolverine right here. Very fancy figure. He's actually from Japan. Got a removable head, all sorts of claws and hands. This one actually came broken with a bad midsection joint, so they sent me another one. So now I have two. I mean, it was pretty good.
What a shame.
So listen, this is awesome. I used to collect cards. I've always been kind of obsessed with basketball and just so good at it too. Some classic Shaquille O'Neal cards right there. I don't know if
Oh,
you can
that's
see
awesome.
that.
Ooh,
Got this
love
right here. I got a pretty fancy one right here of Penny Hardaway, one of my favorites. Used to
That
have his
one's cool.
shoes. They were pretty
Did
sick.
you?
I got Power in the Key Shaq version right there in a hard
Oh.
case. I always thought that one was going to be worth the money. Turns out it wasn't. Got a good who here's a Jamal Mashburn fan? I know y'all are
Oh,
out
who
there. Call
isn't?
in and right now if you are.
That dude could
And
ball.
we've got David Robinson, also known as the
Admiral.
Admiral. There you go, Tyler. Good job. Good job. Any
He was
comments
really good till
from
he
the
broke his back. That's
Yeah, he was awesome. But I actually have a Beckett. Now I don't know if you kids out there are familiar with Beckett because they canceled it a long time ago, but it was a magazine. Magazines are these things that used to come out before the internet that had different things of interest in them. And in it, it showed the value of different like basketball cards and stuff. And I got a Shaq signed Beckett for
Whoa.
my birthday one time. It was pretty sick. But yeah, so that's my show and tell today. What? There's an audience. There is an audience
Ooh,
saying that I need to
hear Daisha.
represent the females. Daisha's going to show and tell something.
This is
Women
my
play
princess
64.
dress when I want to dress as a princess. And as you
Hey,
see,
Daisha.
it's got golden crystals right here and diamonds.
Does it
Mm,
have a Shaq card?
diamonds are forever? They said does it
Ask-
have a Shaq card?
It has a saw.
It has a lady
Aw.
saw.
Tell her it's beautiful. It's a great dress. We love
It's
it.
beautiful. Tyler is nervously laughing. So yeah, that is show and tell for today. We're going to move into games. We're going to go Xbox Series X versus PS5 versus PC. So here's what I want to do. I want to say, what is everybody the most excited about and why? I'll start this one. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm the most excited for Xbox Series X. That's probably the one that I'm going to get if it's not $5 million. And because basically I've had Xbox Live since the original Xbox offered that, or maybe it was 360 offered that, but I've always been an Xbox guy, even though I realized that exclusives have been better for Sony in the past few years. But the new Xbox, the specs are powerful. It's going to be fast. It has ray tracing. It has all sorts of capabilities that even most high end PCs don't have at the moment. I realize that
Yeah.
PCs are able to kind of advance on the go because you can replace cards and stuff like that. But when the Xbox and PS5 come out, they're going to be top of the line systems, and I'm excited about the Xbox and really just to play Destiny on it. It's going to be great. But what about y'all? Do y'all care about that? What one would you pick? Let us know in the comment section too.
Okay, so for me, fun fact, the first video game system console that I ever owned was my Nintendo Switch that I bought for myself with my tax return after I graduated college. So
awesome.
I'm a Nintendo fan, but I've played on Xbox, I've played on PlayStation, I've played PC games. I'm a big fan of the Halo series, but my favorite game series of all time is Sly Cooper, which is a PlayStation series. And I love the new design for the PS5, so I'm going to go with the PS5.
I'll agree with you. The design for the PS5 is awesome. It's like futuristic and sleek, and I'd also argue for the PS5 that they have the new Spider-Man game coming out, which really, really makes me want to get one of those
with
too.
the
But
Miles
it's a more,
Morales ad.
yeah,
Oh,
the Miles Morales Spider-Man. But I still am an Xbox guy, and it's easier for me to like. You can advance some of your games up and everything. It just makes more sense for me to be all about Xbox. So, Tyler, what do you think?
you know, I I appreciate Lane zigging when others are zagging, and saying he likes
That's
Nintendo
how I
more than
do.
anything else in the world. That was admirable, sir. I've
Thank
played
you.
PlayStation exclusively my whole life, so I would go with a PS5.
You
But
literally just
I
showed
would
us a
like to.
Nintendo 64.
I only recently started playing
Ooh.
that. I grew up with PlayStation. You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. Here we are.
Exclusively.
I will say I am with Nightwave Wing Bro Man Guy son, that
Friend person.
friend person,
Like,
that
son?
if you PC game the right way, it's incredible.
Is that why
And
you
if
got
I
to work
had
PC
if
instead of a Mac?
if I
Ooh,
had all
what
the money in
about
the
what
world,
about
Macs are terrible for gaming. If I had all the money in the world, on the list of things I would buy would be quality PC gaming material.
what about
Tyler, if I had all the money in the world, I would get all of them, obviously. That was a silly thing to
what
say.
about
That's a good point.
mobile games? My favorite game is Angry Bird.
Mobile games. There's this soccer game for the phone. It's called #Retro Soccer.
Yeah,
Nice.
I see that.
Shout out to the copyright #Retro Soccer. It's awesome. It's a great game. It's a little retro and anyways.
All
Han,
right.
do you phone
Well,
game?
good. Right now I've been playing this baseball game that's just simple and addictive. So that's
Is it
that's
Tab
that.
Sports or do you have to
I
buy it?
believe I don't have my phone with me right now. So oh yeah, dude. It is called Super Hit Baseball.
Nice.
Yeah. Super
I think
super
that's a
neat.
good one. I've heard it's good.
So what we're gonna do now is go to the best movie quote of all time, and we're gonna start with Tyler.
With me?
Yeah.
You'll laugh at me. The first one that came to my mind is All Ducks Fly Together from the Mighty
Mm,
Ducks. I love the movie
that's a
growing
classic.
up. It's the greatest of all time because it's true. There.
Fair enough.
All
Well,
ducks
Lane,
do fly together.
crack attack.
So I have
Crack
a lot
attack.
of quotes that I enjoy. I'm not going to get into all of them, but of course, my favorite quote is going to come from Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I could pick from a lot of memorable ones, but one that is in every movie
I hate sand. Yeah.
is no, not that one. That is a good one. That is a classic quote. But the I have a bad feeling about this quote is in all the Star Wars movies, and I think it's great.
That's a good one. It's literally in every one of them.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
everyone.
awesome. I didn't know that.
In Solo, the movie that we have differing opinions upon, he says, "I have a good feeling about this," which I thought was funny.
Yeah. I rank Solo very, very highly, and I rank Rogue One very, very lowly. And most of the
I
world.
think that's the opinion that's different. I think we
Yeah.
all really like Solo.
I've
but
lost
not
a
all
little
of
bit
us
of
love
sleep
this.
over that, but I'll be okay.
So there's a couple that come to my mind. One is my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife. I will have my vengeance in
good
this
one.
life or the next.
That's a good
From
one.
Gladiator, watch the TV version of that. And also there
Insert
is
Gladiator quote here.
that's right.
Are we
There
gonna?
is
You can do the Princess Bride quote.
no, I should. My senior quote. Okay, so this is something that I've really cared about for a long time.
What do you mean your senior quote?
Like
Explain
in
that.
you didn't have a senior quote? Everybody has a senior quote. You like
I
put
was
in your
homeschooled.
yearbook. Oh
I was
yeah.
homeschooled.
So when you have
Thanks,
when you
man.
have a yearbook, most people have a senior quote.
When you go to school and you finish senior year, they give you a yearbook to remember.
Daisha says Braveheart kills Gladiator every time. That's just incorrect. Braveheart is nothing compared to Maximus Decimus Meridius.
What?
That'll be a
Daisha's about
fight.
to cut your face off.
She's probably gonna come up here and throw something at me. But my favorite is Who am I? I'm Spider-Man. from the classic movie Spider-Man. It is my favorite. Is it this end
Big
scene
time.
where he's really embracing his identity, and not just so much that he's Spider-Man, but what that means, what the connotations of that are, what it means to live a life of great power and great responsibility. And that's kind of when he takes on that mantle and says, "I am Spider-Man," and I just love it so much. So that is my favorite.
I really
quote from
liked
a
in
movie.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse when they say we're all Spider-Man. I don't know why I had like a religious experience. Oh,
Told you she was gonna throw something at me.
I had like a religious experience when they said that. I was like, wow, for someone who's like outcast and
Yeah.
like not welcome in his friend groups, like to be a part of that was different. As a Christian, I responded maybe in a different way than others.
No, that's why. I mean, I could talk for hours about the relationship between the gospel and superheroes and taking
Yeah.
on a mantle of responsibility and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, those are the quotes that we're talking about. Let us know. I see "As You Wish," Will Turner ripoff. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Let's do this one last time. That is a good one, Nightwave. Good
That
job.
was a good one.
Hello there, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
so some good ones in there.
especially in your 20s when you have a lot of friends getting married, I can't tell you how many times I've heard marriage. So many times.
Marriage,
We
the
gather
boys
here
are
today to
together.
celebrate
We gather here
marriage.
today.
That's a good
So
one.
there you go.
Yep, that's a good.
All right. So now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you about 1 minute. If anybody would like to call in and you have my number, go ahead and call. If you don't have my number and you would like to call in, comment in the comment section. But we're gonna give it about 1 minute from right now. It's 4:17 on my computer. When it hits 4:18, we're gonna go to Spit and Truth with Tyler Twombly. All right. So, but if anybody calls in before 4:18, we're gonna do the interview of truth.
There is
Oh,
one.
we got a call. We got a call.
It's not me, but Matthew Fredrickson was trying to call. I told him to call you. I don't know if he's
All right.
called you.
Who do we have on the line right now?
Matthew Fredrickson.
Matthew Fredrickson.
Hey.
You son of a gun. How have you been?
Good.
Good, good. Tell me, Matthew, why?
Because
Good
Got 'em.
point. If you
That's
had to
good.
choose, would you?
no,
No, me neither. If you had to have a favorite kind of Skittle, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Me either. So, Matthew, tell us what you've been up to lately.
I've been working at Roosters.
At Roosters?
Oh, nice.
Roosters.
Roosters?
Brewsters. The ice cream.
Cockadoodle.
Are you saying roosters like the bird?
How does chickens
Cockadoodle
fly?
moo.
Probably.
Chicha.
Brewsters.
Chicha.
Yeah.
Oh, like cockle-doodle doo.
Yeah, sure.
How's work going?
That's good.
Would you be happy if we all came by your work and just started going?
Honestly, if you want, go for it.
Okay. Well,
Make some
Cha.
accents.
be ready.
Cuckoo-ca-cha.
Be ready.
Okay.
Cuckoo-ca-cha.
So, Matthew, what has been your
Cuckoo-ca-cha.
favorite part?
Cuckoo-ca-cha.
Of what?
Life.
Sleeping in.
So, your favorite part of life is not experiencing life; it's just sleeping.
It's very common in high school.
Okay,
You're gonna sleep till, like noon.
Sleeping is
lit.
very spiritual.
it's pretty lit. Yeah. So, if you had to go bald or lose one of your eyes, which one of those would you choose?
Ball.
Hey, that's my man. Good job. All right. So, last question. Thanks for calling in, Matthew. See you later. All right, that was Matthew Fredrickson. Thanks for calling in. You are the man. We sure do miss seeing all of y'all. Make sure you keep your eyes glued to our Instagram and Facebook stuff. If you follow us there, if you don't, make sure you do, because we're trying to do some more non-internet type things as soon as we can. We're waiting to see kind of the state of the world as some announcements need to be made, but as soon as we can, we're going to start doing some cool things. So yeah, let's go on and do the best part of the show with Tyler Twombly. It is Spittin' Truth.
I'm really excited about this one. I listened to this song today. It's called Graves into Gardens. You can listen to it. It's a good song. And it made me think about this song in 1 Samuel. So we're going to read from 1 Samuel 2, which is Hannah's song. Hannah sings a song to the Lord because she answers her prayer. She really wants a child, and she pleads with God daily in the temple for him. The book of Samuel obviously is about Samuel, so we know that he is born. Hannah's his mother, and she's in the temple praying. And in verse 16 in chapter 1, she says this: "Do not regard your servant as a worthless woman, for all along I have been speaking out of my great anxiety and vexation." So it's clear that she's really torn up about this. This is what she really wants, and she doesn't understand why God's not giving it to her. But because she promises to dedicate Samuel to the Lord and let him follow the Lord and lead in his temple, God rewards her faith with a child, and she responds with this song. So, beginning in verse 1, it says, "And Hannah prayed and said, My heart exults in the Lord, my strength is exalted in the Lord. My mouth derides my enemies, because I rejoice in your salvation. There is none holy like the Lord, there is none besides you. There is no rock like our God. Talk no more so very proudly. Let not arrogance come from your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. The bows of the mighty are broken, but the feeble bind on strength. Those who are full have hired themselves out for bread, but those who are hungry have ceased to hunger. The barren has borne 7, but she who has many children is forlorn. The Lord kills and brings to life. He brings down to Sheol and raises up. The Lord makes poor and makes rich. He brings low and he exalts. He raises up the poor from the dust. He lifts the needy from the ash heap to make them sit with princes and inherit a seat of honor. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and on them he has set the world. He will guard the feet of his faithful ones, but the wicked he shall cut off in darkness. For not by might shall a man prevail. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Against them he will thunder in heaven. The Lord will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to his king and exalt the power of his anointed. So she praises God ultimately for his goodness and his kindness to her, someone who she feels is lowly and small in the world, but has been blessed with this awesome gift of having a child. So what I want to tell you guys today is, I don't know where you're at in your life. I don't know what you're struggling with or what you're going through. But like many of you, I'm sure that you felt like this at some point. You feel small and insignificant. You feel like you wonder if God hears your prayers. You wonder if God protects those who we see struggling and suffering on TV or in the news, or maybe our friends, family, whatever. And I want you to read this and know that he is faithful to those who look to him and trust to him. He raises up those who are poor in spirit and makes them more like himself. And I don't know if you're feeling poor in spirit today, but I want you to know that Jesus fills that poorness. He makes you rich, not in physical wealth, but in a spiritual wealth. I love I think it's in Mark, when he meets the woman at the well, he promises her that though you thirst right now, if you have me, you'll never thirst again. And so I don't know if there's anyone out there like that who is thirsty and is wondering why, but with Jesus, he will fill you until eternity. Anything to add, you guys?
That's awesome. I think
No.
that's
Um,
it's kind of the whole, everything is kind of upside down with a Christian worldview on purpose. Like everything
Yeah.
as people that we would think is the way things should go, Jesus says, no, you're thinking about it backwards.
Yeah.
In weakness, there is strength, and leaning on Jesus and admitting that we are
Mm.
broken and that we are incapable of righteousness. He is made strong, and we find who we are supposed to be in him. So
Yeah.
it's almost an inverted mindset of what the world has, or it is an inverted mindset of what the world has. But it's the coolest thing in the world when you figure out, man, like life is all about making sure that he is elevated and I'm leaning
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was good.
yeah, absolutely. I agree. Great.
All right.
Great
Well, thank y'all
passage.
so much for being with us on the show today. Thank you for being in the comment section. Thank you to Matthew for calling in. Thank you to Nightwave Wingman, bro. Son, apparently, for being the producer. And as always, for Lane and for Tyler, I'm Tyler. Be bright and stay classy.
Knowledge.
Bye bye.